Okay, so let's create this here, and remember we already have this texture, so we can just create a wall or just reuse this. Shift D, rotate X 90 degrees, then rotate this again, rotate X 190 degrees, rotate Z 180 degrees, no, Z 180 degrees, and I guess we can also rotate this again 90 degrees to have it face us. Now we can bring this to around here. And instead of this material, this wall paint material, we can just use the, what was it called? Let's go through just to see how this would look on this. We have that. We have the beam. Remember, these are baked materials. This. We have, I think this is that metallic. Have the paint. Now we have, it should be beam. It should be beam. Beam 1. Where is my texture? Is my material? That doesn't use. Okay, I can't find the tile material for some reason. I think I overwrote it. So let me just open another Blender project. But let me also save a copy of this so that we don't overwrite more things. And go to about project 3. So you can see we have that there. So we can copy this material. I'll quit and paste this back in. See, it uses the tiles material, so I can just use it here again. So I just need to make a few edits. So I'll create a copy here and make a few changes here. So the tiling is correct. So the tiling should be this here. Should be controlled by this, I think. I think we can do that. And the other thing I'll do, I can just also select this top part, delete that. Just also make sure we add UVs here. Control Maxim. If you go back to texturing, to texture mode, can also unwrap this again. But these here, these UVs are going in the wrong direction, so we can go to UVs. Let's select this face here and rotate it 90 degrees. Yes. So let's come back to the shading. I think our gradient that controls how this water damage is rendered is rotated in the wrong direction, I think. So let's find that. So we need to find texture. This here, you can preview it from here. You can see it's rotated in the wrong direction, so we need to rotate it back, so let's try 0 degrees. Or apply rotation and scale, and then we can, so I think if we undo and then apply rotation and scale, it should give us the right rotation. So now we can see that we have that on this side as well, but we need to increase how much this goes, how far this goes, or we can just first select this and reduce the height of this wall, because I think it extends too far. So maybe to something like that. Go back to shading, texture view, and unwrap again. And we need to change, rotate this again, rotate 90 degrees. You can park islands, so if it's, you can go to UV, park islands. No, let's just move these into space. Make sure they are not overlapping, so because if it comes times to bake, you don't want the bake to be overlapping as well. So scale this in. I think this might be flipped in the wrong direction, so that is good. Shading. So you just need to come in here and start making a few changes. Okay, this was the most. I think we can increase that. Let's see what else can we change here. I think this was the dot. Yes, maybe increase the contrast. This is too reflective for something that is, so we can reduce on how reflective this surface is. And the mapping here is a bit stretched, so mostly this here. So if we do 17 by 17, let's see what else do we need to work on here. So let me see here, what did we add? I think I like this brown here, so I can just copy this because it's what makes, this is what makes this here. So I can just, and then paste. Then mix it with this. I think this is supposed to be up here. But it's still too reflective for me, so let me change this to white. I think that's good enough. Let's see if we try inverting this. I think this is good. Let's bring back our reference image. So I'm going to end this series here because I think we have covered a lot of things that you should have a good understanding of how texturing works in Blender. And yes, so if you wanted to make this, you would just make a few copies of this, maybe using the array modifier. To make as many copies as you want, and maybe add another array modifier for this on the other side. And you can do the same for this. But because we have another set here, you can increase the spacing to something like that. And then for this, we can duplicate it, as add an array for this as well, and give it the same spacing so that it appears every after the other. So you can create an array for this as well. Make a copy, and this time it should be in the Y direction. Increase the distance. So we have something like that. And we can add, we can use this wall, maybe Shift D, rotate it 90 degrees in the Z, rotate in the Z 90 degrees. Also make sure you reset the origin to geometry. And then we can scale this up. And use the array modifier for it as well. Shift D, Control M to mirror in the Y or X, like that. And see how we can easily make something without spending a lot of time on it. So we can go to camera mode, maybe move this to this side so that it's not interfering with that. Let me use this material instead. So this is beam 01, Alt D, duplicate it on this side. You can see what we have. You can also maybe extend this one more time. So our sun should shine through those vents, as you can see. Maybe make it a bit more powerful. We can change the background image or the HDR image to something that has more contrast. And let's try this. And we can Can also get this wall here, Shift D, rotate it 90 degrees. You don't need the array, just push it like that. Yeah, so that's texturing in Blender. So you can choose to make the other parts if you want, but this is where I'll stop this series. Thank you for watching, and if you want the project files, you can find them on my Patreon page, and yeah, that way you can support me to make more tutorials like this. Thank you.